Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to an episode of Pokemon Go. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Gigantamax. But also, it's Halloween Part 2, and we have a bunch of Pokemon with costumes, which is really dope. So we're going to shiny check these real quick, and then we're going to go through a bunch of research that I have. Live Zora check. Alright, Gigantamax, the gigantic elephant in the room. And as a lot of y'all saw from my last video, I was able to kind of experience the roller coaster of all the different, I guess, ways of experiencing Gigantamax. From when I was in the city with absolutely no one playing with me and no groups that were currently showing that there was another way of, that there was, any groups around to, link up with. By the way, more Peko added to the decks. It was just nothing. Couldn't do Gigantamax. I could look at it. I could be like, oh, nice. Gigantamax. Cool. Looks great. But you can't do anything if you're just by yourself. You can't do anything if you don't have at least 10 people. If you don't have, I guess on day 2, Sunday, the group that I was with, the Discord that I'm in, hosted a second day of, more Peko, nice. A second day of raiding in a different town, and they had a smaller group size, and they were all, with good counters, level 40, some level 50 counters, with level 2 and level 3 moves, with shields activated, with the healing activated. So, knowing what, investing into Dynamax and Gigantamax, we're able to do it with group sizes of 25 to 20 to 25. And I think someone said that they did it with less than 20, but it was really, really difficult. So that's with investment. If you've been waiting for Gigantamax, right? Because it was made very clear when Dynamax first came that, we can't Dynamax the Charizard that we've had since 2016, 2017, or even earlier this year per se, if you got a Hundo Charizard at some point, or a Shundo Charizard, or a Charizard that you've already, level 50'd and it's your best buddy and you've had it for years. I can't I can't Dynamax my 2016 OG Charizard. I can Mega Evolve it if I wanted to, but I can't Dynamax it. I definitely can't Gigantamax it. I can't do anything with my Hundo Best Buddy Max Mega level 50 Charizard. I just can't. The Charizards that I have are an 87, a 93. This Gigantamax one that I just got the other day, that's a 12, 15, 15, so that's what? 98, 96, 90, 93? Either 91 or 93. I can't, and why would I, as someone who's been playing the game since 2016, I know, look at all these costumes. I know that this is a resource management game as much as it is a collection game. Why would I power up an 87 Charizard or an 87 Charmander that I got, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago when Charmander Dynamax first came out? Why would I evolve and power up that when Gigantamax is going to be coming around at some point, and I know that I can't Gigantamax my Dynamax? Very silly. It's definitely rough, and I think that for new players, rural players, players that maybe PvP a lot but don't play the game a lot besides PvP, this is rough. This is very rough. Um, versus people that grind all the time that just have, I have like 2 million Stardust at all times. Or people who are like, yeah, I got like 3,000 Charizard XL candies because I really like Charizard. Or, things like that. Like, it's a little bit different. You have the capabilities to just keep on maxing out Charizards, I guess, if you want. But then there's the added fact that Max Particles, you can only get so many free-to-play a day, which, for a free-to-play player, if you're not part of a community ambassador program, you can do one Gigantamax a day. If you're a free-to-play player with a community ambassador program, you can do 2 at an event. On one event, because it was a single-use check-in code. Even though I went to 2 separate events, it was the same code for all events. Kind of silly. I think that it's not free-to-play friendly at all. Absolutely not. Me, I spend money in the game. I don't spend money on much else besides Pokemon. So that's how I choose to spend my money. It is what it is. So to me, I'm like, yeah, this is a fun, new, challenging thing to do. Like, when I was doing Beldum raids, y'all saw my reactions, my roller coaster, I can't do it. I gotta power up things. I had to power up just, whatever Charizard I happened to have with Air Slash to be able to beat Phalanx, to be able to beat Beldum. And with Phalanx, same thing. I had to power up another Charizard with Air Slash just to kind of like make sure that I was able to do this. Ooh. So I want the game to be challenging. Fantastic. I think it's great. It's a new reason to grind. It's a new, like, okay, I gotta go out and I should probably go do some Phalanx raids. Let me go find a Ghastly somewhere. Like, let me hop on Campfire and find out where the Ghastly raids are. Like, so on that and that alone, like, it gives me something to do as a level 50 player who's been playing the game and who, for regular raids like Zamazenta, Zacian, yada yada, I'm stacked. I'm good. I don't really need to power up anything unless I get like a Hundo or a Shundo. Like, I got the Shundo Mawile. I was like, yeah, let me put all my investment into this because it's a Shundo. That's dope. Like, I'm so excited. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I totally clicked through that. Hangry Path or Full Belly? Let's see. That's a cute onesie. That's also a cute onesie. I'm gonna go hangry because we're a little grr right now. Use 108 berries. Okay, well that's not gonna happen right now. Let's see, we can collect this. Alright, cool. So, like, as much as I like the Dynamax raids, let's check and see if we got any Hundos. So, like, as much as I like Dynamax and Gigantamax, I just got this Shundo Metagross. I used a whole bunch of Stardust for that. I got this Hundo, and I was like, yeah, let me do level 40 because this might be interesting at one point. Let me level 40 because this is a Shundo and it's a Mega. Let me level 40 this because it's a great raid attacker, and I've been waiting to have a good Rampardos for years. But now, it's like, okay, I have a Sobble, and it's a Hundo Sobble. So I probably would have level 40'd this on Community Day for Sobble eventually. But now, I gotta be like, wait, Sobble and Teleon gets a Gigantamax form. Which means I have to just keep doing I have to keep raiding to get a Sobble. And then do I wait until I get, a Hundo Sobble? Do I just use my resources to try and go get a Sobble now, since Gigantamax Blastoise is a thing? Oh, but wait, like, Max Mondays is going to have Charmander, but is this Charmander going to be able to Gigantamax, or is this going to be Dynamax? Also, by the way, that Blastoise at the very end of last video that I was rating, I stopped recording after, the clip was done. I was like, okay, cool. Of course, it's a shiny Blastoise. So, like, dope. I love it. Like, and this time around when we're raiding, things can be shiny, which is so fun. It gives another reason to hunt. You can get the shiny Gigantamax. Woo! But also, like, let's see, number mode. Why am I doing Bulbasaur raids to get a Venusaur so I can then Gigantamax raid a Blastoise with the Venusaur so I can get a Gigantamax Blastoise to beat the Gigantamax Charizard so that then I can beat the Gigantamax Venusaur to get a Gigantamax Venusaur? This is the problem with Gigantamax raids. Beyond the fact that you need 20 plus people. That is a issue in and of itself, because that is strictly just, you gotta drive and make it an event. You gotta get time off of work if you're, working a regular job. You gotta know in advance, and sometimes Niantic doesn't tell you in advance, or tells you, 3 weeks out that, hey, these are the next events for the next 3 months. Tell me sooner. Tell me at the end of this season what the next season is. Not at the first week of this season. Oh, hey, by the way, these are the events this season. Oh, yeah, you don't have enough time. Oh, well, you miss out on the first event. It's silly. But with that being said, I think that it's also a lot of fun. I do enjoy Gigantamax and Dynamax raids because it gives me something new to do. Now, as you can tell by my Ghastly, I've done one Ghastly because then they announced that Gigantamax Gengar is going to be a thing. But now I'm like, I need a Gengar counter. What Gengar counters do I have? I could use Metagross, which is a Psychic-type Pokemon. So it's going to be doing super effective damage, but it will also be taking super effective damage. I could use an existing Gengar as a Ghost-type Pokemon, but it's also going to be taking damage as a Ghost-type Pokemon. And then it's like, you could use, one of your starters. You could theoretically... Wait a minute. Does Squovet... What moveset does... Items... Elite Fast. Tackle, double kick. What does Greedent get? You could actually use Greedent against Gengar if you give it Bite as its fast move, so that way you get... That could actually be the meta. Hold on now. If you happen to have If you happen to have a Greedent that's a Dynamax and it's good, and you want to use the investment, you can use a Dynamax Greedent with Max Darkness as its, well, Fast Move Bite to get the Dynamax move Max Darkness, because then it would be taking resisted damage from Gengar and dealing out super effective damage from the Dark type Dynamax move. That's something. But all that to say, I think the Gigantamax system really... When you have 40 plus people, when you're in the middle of Disney Springs in Orlando, Florida, and there's a thriving Pokemon group, yeah, you can do Dynamax after Dynamax, just go to town, and it's a ton of fun. But just a few miles away, a few hours prior, I could be in downtown Orlando. Again, big city. No one's playing. I think it needs a change. But at the same time, I do enjoy the difficulty of it. I enjoy a new thing to grind for. It gives like a new purpose and something else to do in the game. I just think that it does need to be lowered in difficulty. Because if you're a solo player, if you have a group of, gosh, it used to be if you had a group of 5 friends, you could do any raid. Now you need at least 20 people. And those 20 people need to all be invested deeply. It's gonna be rough to continue doing the Gigantamax events. Now, the fact that they're making each Gigantamax event an event, they're calling them emergence events. So it gives like the hope that maybe this is gonna be like community day, like something else that can be planned and will draw attention into, and hopefully you'll be able to get that day off from work, that you'll be able to drive to a community that is going to be taking part in it. But for the rule players, for free-to-play players, for new players, Gigantamax is not friendly. It's not friendly, it's not easy to do by any means. But I had a load of fun once I was with a group. Once I was with a group, it was so much fun to be going around in a group of 70, a group of 150 people, going around raiding, all enjoying Pokemon. It was so much fun. It was amazing. For the Go Wild area, for Go Fest, for things like that, Gigantamax just so easy. That would be so much fun to do. But for just Joe Schmo random day, it's rough. I think it's gonna be interesting, and I guess it now shows why Max Mondays are gonna be a thing. It shows why Dynamax Pokemon are just a part of the game, so that way you can just keep grinding, because who knows, the next Pokemon might be a normal type Pokemon, so you need those Phalanx. And it's like, I don't like Phalanx, I don't really need a Phalanx, but I guess I need to go raid Phalanx now. It's all this to say, I think it's mixed reviews. I think that if all day had been like downtown Orlando, I'd be so negative. I'd be just, this is bleh. But because I was also able to find a big group to play with, it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. I enjoyed myself. I had a gosh darn good day. Even before I had the shiny, I had a good day. It was fun. It was nice to play Pokemon Go with a big group of people. And here, oh, I got the shiny. Oh, I got a hundo. Oh my gosh, this some dude got a Shundo Charizard. It's so good, so happy. It was such a nice moment. But then we also had moments where, alright, we got 24 people. Oh, we lost. With 24 people. Or, like I've done 3 raids and I haven't caught a single one. And I only have, one more max particle pack left. Like, that was also some people's realities. And, for some people, the reality was there's not enough people in my town to play. There's not enough people in my town, and I don't have gas money. Like, that's some people's realities also. And I think that this is unfortunately showing the side where Niantic is just like, we like monies. And that side of Niantic is horrid. I hate it. But it also shows the Niantic, get people out of your house, get people together, make a community. That side of Niantic and that vision for it is so cool. I would never have thought that I'd be, like, as a child, been like, oh yeah, in 25 years when you're 30, you're gonna go be a part of 200 people playing Pokemon, catching a Charizard. That's crazy. And that is so cool. But it's just the dichotomy. It's the what are we doing here? Like, this is so nice, but this is so bad. Find a way to make it together. If we could have like 2,000 max particle storage, or just shoot, unlimited max particle storage, that'd make this so much easier. This would be so much easier if we had unlimited max particle storage. If I could just go around and I could collect max particles, amazing. Because I could also then max out all my Gigantamax and Dynamax Pokemon and their moves. Because it takes 1,400 max particles. That's 2 days worth of free-to-play playing. Just to get the particles to max out a move. Let alone unlocking and maxing out the shield and the healing. I think I like the challenge. I like the newness of Dynamax and Gigantamax. But there's a lot to work on. I think this emergence event gives Niantic a lot to think about. And hopefully they do change something, but I don't think they will. I think this is the way Gigantamax events are going to be done. And now we know we need to prepare for the next one. The next one is Gengar, and the one after that is Toxtricity. Drillbur is coming as a Dynamax Pokemon. Go get it, because it's going to be useful. That's all I can say. This is a different kind of video. If you did like it, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. This was a very opinionated video. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts, your experiences in the comment section below. If you did like what you saw here, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, God bless. And see you for another episode of Pokemon Go. Where hopefully we're back to doing happy, fun adventures.